CEOs, it's such your boy C Option. I'm back with another video, and it's that time of the week, so let's get into it. Message of the week. This is to remind you and in a way regain that focus on those powerful thoughts that you might not always feel and or be present in due to the life you live. This is meant for you to relate with, thus go forth with and applying the message to yourself. Whether you work a 9 to 5, attend school part-time and or full-time, raising a family of your own, let alone having to be the man of the house or the woman of the house, an athlete, someone who's living paycheck to paycheck, currently dealing with a loss, and etc. This is just a few things that come to my mind as of right now, getting you at the point. It's meant for everyone in the mamas. Also, I say currently in regard to living paycheck to paycheck because I know you can and will get yourself out that system. That being said, the message of the week for this week is sleep is Mando. By definition, sleep is where your consciousness becomes inactive for a period of time. This is necessary so you can feel rejuvenated to then be able to decipher, actually decipher what's real and what's not, to create solutions to any of your troubles. Instead, the world we live in is so big on you have to do this, you have to do that, with no type of rest involved, making it seem that if you rest, you're weak. However, in reality, they don't want you to sleep. They don't want you to be fully rested. They want you to be stressed at all times. They want you to emulate a robot. And when you ask yourself what's really important, what can actually be taken care of today? What can I do to ensure tomorrow becomes easier rather than more stressful, more hectic? All of this stems from getting enough rest, so you then don't lose sight on what's actually important. Don't get lost in your troubles. They're temporary. Adversity becomes apparent before strength arises. Don't get caught up with what Bob has and what you don't. Instead, focus on all of you. Focus on what you can do. Thus, do everything you can. In reality, we can't do everything, and that's okay. Just do what matters. Make sure you get enough rest. If it's not making any sense, take a nap and resume when you're back in that mode. If it's already been a long night, get some rest. Tomorrow is a new day to continue to overcome, let alone achieve. Reality is what you do next. And with that being said, okay, I have two screenshots that I like to just share with y'all that I feel like go best with what I had to say for this week's message of the week. All right, so the first one says, you'll find most of the answers you're looking for in silence, in time, and with a clear mind. I'll say that one more time. You'll find most of the answers you're looking for in silence, in time, and with a clear mind. And the last one, you ready for it? Get enough sleep, period. I'm going to say that one more time. Get enough sleep, period. And I'd just like to say that, like, it's totally understandable, like, when it feels like you shouldn't get enough, like, you shouldn't sleep right now, you got to keep working. But, like, to what extent? Like, a lot of our problems, I feel like, are troubles that we're trying to figure out, whether it's bills or, like, just even, like, an assignment or a project or something that, like, requires our full attention. At the end of the day, if it's not something that can be completed all in one day, you have to be real with yourself. You can't just be like, you know what, I gotta keep going, because you know what, you're gonna burn yourself out. And that's what they want you to do. They really make it seem like this society, like, they really make it seem like you can't get rest, that you can't, like, be fully rested, that you can't get a full 8 hours of sleep. I swear they'd be changing it up too. It's like 1 year it's like, okay, 6 hours is enough. 7 hours is now enough. Now 8 hours. Like, just get enough rest. Like, your body, like, you know it well. Nobody knows your body well like yourself, okay, at the end of the day, besides your doctor, after some time of dealing with the doctor, if that's your case. But my point to say is, get enough sleep, get enough rest. The only way for you to have a clear mind, for you to actually figure out, to create solutions, is when you have clarity. And a lot of the times that happens when everything is silent for you, like when things are not chaotic, when things are not hectic. Like, you can't do things without a clear mind, at least to the best of your ability, let alone to ensure that you didn't miss anything. You get me? So getting enough sleep is very important. Sleep is it's mandatory. Mandatory. You get me? Like, don't just, cheat yourself. Don't force yourself. Don't pressure yourself. Like, stay in your lane, know what you can do, and do everything that you can. It's okay if you're not trying to take them 5-hour energy things, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that stuff overall, like, in the long run, it's not going to help you out. It's going to hurt you even more. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Right now, like, don't go for the temporary short gain or whatever and just try to, like, finesse your way, like, to getting stuff done. Like, it's not worth it, especially if it's something that can't be done in one day. Just be real with yourself. Don't force it. Make sure you get enough sleep. And yeah, that's the message of the week. I just want you to realize that once you have rest, once you are rested, you can actually, like, figure things out. You'll realize things that you didn't even realize before, because one, you didn't have enough rest, and two, you were too stressed, too, anxious to even realize these things when you actually have a clear mind. And the only way for you to have a clear mind, for you to really do your best, is when you're at your best, which is when you're fully rested. So don't cheat yourself, all right? Don't do this because Bob over there can do that and this. So what? You're not them. You are you. Embrace all of you. Embrace your situations. Don't deflect it. You know what I'm saying? Figure out what you can do today so then tomorrow can be easier. Don't just put off whatever you got going on till tomorrow, because that's actually making tomorrow harder. Even though it kind of makes today easier, tomorrow is going to be harder. So do the opposite. That's what they don't want you to realize. They really want you to be stressing. They want you to be working like a robot, but in reality, you're not a robot. You're a human being. All right. So lay off the coffees. All right. You know what I'm saying? Like, lay off all that extra stuff. Just keep it natural. Stay you, be you, do you, all of you wholeheartedly. You get me? With that being said, reality is what you do next. All right. So take care of yourselves. All right. Don't stress yourselves out. Don't work yourselves out to the max, to the point where, definitely work to the max, but don't work yourself and like overload and overboard or whatever. Like, don't do the most. All right. Like, do the most that you can, but don't do the most. You feel me? Like, don't do the most where then you hurt yourself in the end. I don't want that to happen for you or to you. So, that being said, it's your boy, Say I'm going to catch y'all tomorrow. I love y'all. Have a blessed day. Have a productive day. All right. Keep your head up. It's only going to get better. Love y'all. Peace.